Let's spend a couple of days at my desk. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori, and today's going to be another journaling vlog where I'm just doing a bunch of random things at my desk. There is going to be a lot of ink swatching in this particular video because I did still have 5 inks in my collection that I had not yet swatched out in my swatch journal. And then I also have a little bit of a haul at the later part of the video where I got a couple more inks, and I will swatch those out a little bit as well. The first ink that I have here is a Sailor Shikiori ink, and it is Do You, I believe is what it's called. And it's like a really, really deep brown, almost black ink. And honestly, when I have this in a pen, I literally cannot tell if it's this ink or black ink. So I have decided that I need to start specifically writing down which pens I have this in so I know for certain which one it's in and I can reference that. So for my swatching, I am just writing the brand, the color of the ink. I'm doing some regular lines, some swirly lines, and then I'm doing a couple of different scribble methods. So one where I'm trying to scribble like side by side to basically make a solid block of color, and then like a circle scribble so I can see what that scribble looks like if I were to use this to essentially color in any like bubble letters or anything like that, because I have been doing that quite a lot in my daily journaling. I'm then pulling out a little tool to drop some little pieces of the ink on my ink splatter stamp. This is from my inked up stamp set, which I will pull out a little bit later on to make some more of these pages. I do like to prep them ahead of time. And once I've got the dots of ink on the page, I am just using a plastic spoon to kind of smudge those around. The next ink that I'm pulling out is an Androllium ink, and this is the Atlas Brown Moth ink. And I really like this ink. It is such a nice brown, I think. I really enjoy it. And I'm, again, going to do the exact same thing with this ink. And once I'm finished, essentially, I am going to move on to working on something else because these end up taking quite a bit of time to dry. I'm going to pull these up and show a little bit of a close-up of the two inks as they are swatched out. You can see they are still very wet. So I'm going to set these down, and then I'm going to pull out my bullet journal. I don't really want to blot any of the excess ink off because I do like the way that looks. So I will let this sit for a little bit before I actually blot anything off so I can move on to another page. The next thing that I will work on while I'm waiting for these ink swatches to dry is my bullet journal. So I had decided at this time that I was going to sketch out some of the primary things that I generally like to sketch out the month ahead in my bullet journal. So this was the calendar for May. And if you have noticed, maybe I haven't actually posted a setup for May even yet, and it's May 8th. I'm still kind of deciding if I even want to do it at this point, but I am really missing my calendar page and my orders and currently page as well. So I'm thinking what I will end up doing is actually setting up these couple of pages that I want to have, and just really filling those in and not necessarily requiring myself to go in every single day and do something. Just a place for me to put things like any orders that I currently have outstanding that I'm waiting on, and things like that. So before I film these types of videos, I generally spend a little bit of time actually sketching out lines in my bullet journal, because if I don't have lines to follow, I generally end up messing up pretty drastically when it comes to actually setting like my calendar and things up. So I like to sketch those lines out. And I do have a plan for this setup. I just, like I said, have not actually gone through the process of doing it yet. But if I do, it will probably be this weekend so that I can get that video uploaded. I will set up kind of headers for the next 4 pages that I think I will be using for this month. If I do set this up though, it will only be my calendar page and my and my orders and currently page. I will not set up a habits page. I was thinking that I might just put that on my calendar page with the calendar, because that kind of makes sense if you think about it. So I've got these set up a little bit, and I'm going to then pull out some stickers that I've cut out with my Cricut. These are like my little bubble alpha stickers. I will actually show a stamp a little bit later on in the video as well of these letters. I print and cut these out on my Cricut because I thought that these would be a really fun sticker to use in my May setup for my bullet journal. So I went ahead and I cut those out while I was waiting, and I'm just going to add them into my sticker book and have those ready for when I do finally set this up. I am adding some of the extra sheets into my sticker book because I cut out quite a bit of these, and then I'm going to place the ones that I've already started using in my bullet journal so that when I come to set this up, everything is already ready for me. I'm going to add a little bit of blotter paper back to my ink journal, my ink swatch journal, because I'm getting a little impatient and I want to move along. So I put some blotter paper down, and I'm going to go ahead and start stamping out some new ink splatters. I have preemptively drawn lines through half the page, so I know where the middle of the page is. But now I'm going to just pull out this ink splatter stamp, and I'm going to stamp out ink splatters in each of these page halves, and I'm going to stamp out a lot of them. As I'm stamping them out, I'm going to turn and rotate my stamp to give each little ink swatch category its own little character. It's kind of amazing to me how just turning this stamp when you're stamping it multiple times on the same page or changing the placement of it, like, makes it look so unique, and I really, really enjoy this. So I'm going to stamp out quite a few of these pages just to have ready for when I need to swatch more inks. For this stamping, I am using close to my heart archival black ink, which unfortunately you cannot buy anymore. And I am truly going to be so sad when I run out of this ink because I was never able to get my hands on a re-inker. So I try to use it sparingly, but it is my favorite black ink. So here I am using it. Like I said, will be doing quite a few of these pages. And once I get these done, I will move on to swatching out my Archer and Olive inks. Unfortunately, these Archer and Olive inks do not have like names. They're just colors. They came in a subscription box sometime in 2024, I believe, or maybe even very end of 2023. And again, they don't actually have names. They also came with a fountain pen, which I no longer have. I did give that to one of my friends because I was accumulating far too many fountain pens far too quickly. And I will accumulate another one in this video, actually. But I do still have these inks. I don't use them because I kind of set them aside and forgot they existed. So I am pulling them out now to get them swatched. That way, as I'm flipping through my swatch journal, if there is something that I want to use these colors for, I will be able to very easily see them and be able to pull them out. These will be the last 3 colors that I will swatch in my swatch journal, because I did actually end up misplacing it after I finished this portion of the video. This video was filmed over 2 days, I believe. I think this might have been either over the weekend or on Monday. I'm not sure, but I think it was actually sometime this week. And then the rest of this video was filmed yesterday. And like I said earlier, this voiceover is being recorded on May 8th, so Thursday. So it's a couple of days throughout my week and just random things that I was doing at my desk. I actually have 3 inks from Archer and Olive that came in this subscription box, but I will only end up swatching out this teal color and this blue color at the beginning part of this video. I think I just got a little bit too impatient waiting for all of the ink to fully dry, so I did not end up swatching that 3rd ink on camera, which ends up looking kind of like a very limeish green color. So once I finish this part, this last swatch, I will kind of flip over to a live recording, because I did pull out a nice little haul that I got from Yoseka Stationery, as well as some samples I got in for some stamps that I created myself. And I thought it would be really fun to share those with you all. So that will be what's coming up next once I get this finished here. I just got some fun stationery in the mail. I got these 2 yesterday and I wanted to share them with you. So these, a little sneak peek if you shop my stamps, these are 2 of the stamps that I'm hoping to release this month in my Etsy shop. This is the Torey Letters stamp, and this one is the Bubble Alpha stamp. If you watched one of my, I think it was my April flip through my hobonichi, I mentioned that I was turning the Bubble Alphas that I was doing in my journal into a stamp set. So this is it. And I am so excited for these. I actually stamped them out to test them and make sure they were stamping the way that I wanted them to. And this is how it looks. So this is the Bubble Alpha. This star is probably one of my most favorite things ever. And then this is the Torey Alpha, or Torey Letters. Yay! And both of these alpha stamps are actually written and drawn by me. So this is my all caps handwriting, and then this is the Bubble Alphas that I draw in my daily journal. So I'm hoping to release these sometime this month, hopefully the 25th, since that's the release date that I did for my last release in April. But I don't know for certain if I'll have those stamps actually here in time. I'm not sure yet, but the goal is the 25th. Now for the most exciting part of this, I just got this package in the mail literally right before I sat down over here. I just clocked out of work, went and checked my mailbox, and had this package. And I know that there's inks in here, and I wanted to share them with you. So this order is from Yoseka Stationery. They always package everything so nicely. Let's see. All very recyclable, which I love. So this is probably my little thank you card. So it's a little thank you card, and then some cute little stickers, and I've just been collecting them, and I love that they've got so many different variations of their stickers because I've got quite a few now. And then a little postcard. Super cute. I love it. It's like opening a present. Okay, I went a little overboard, clearly, with the inks that I got. So let's see. This one specifically is, nope, not that one. One that I purchased a sample of from Yoseka Stationery. So it's Dominant Industry Leaf Green, and I really, really love this color. So I went ahead and I purchased the whole bottle. I don't want to break the box. Oh, it's so fancy. So that's what that looks like. I also got another Dominant Industry ink. This is from the Painter series, and this is Fisherman at Sea. These little baggies that these inks come in are so cute. And there's a little, oh, that's fun. There's these little things too. So maybe we'll swatch them out a little bit. This one is Fisherman at Sea. And I feel like it's going to be one of these, one of these green tones in this little picture here. I don't remember specifically what it looks like because I ordered this a little bit ago. I also got Ghost Plant, and I think this is Lennon Toolbar. Really, really pretty. I honestly think that I have my swatch book. Oh, let me actually. Already prepped to do a couple of inks. So maybe we'll just go ahead and do that. I feel like I already have a ton of ink swatching in this video though. I don't know how much of that you guys actually want to see. I love these bottles though. And I can very much see myself buying too much of this brand if I actually really like the way that the ink lays down. And then I got a Robert Oster ink in Maroon Mustard. I'm pretty excited for this one. I spent a lot of time on the website looking for a pink ink, I believe, and could not find one that I liked. So, because I like very muted colors, but I couldn't find like a muted deep pink that I liked that still looked pink. I also got another fountain pen because clearly I have a problem. This is a TWSBI Eco, but it was so pretty. Oh gosh. This is the Amazonite. And I just really love the way this looks. And this is the fine nib. I got the fine nib in this one. It's so pretty. I have purchased one other TWSBI, but I haven't actually used it yet because this puts so much ink and I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared to have that much ink in a pen. But I don't know, I think maybe one of these might look good with it. I think the Fisherman at Sea was a little bit more teal. I can't remember. So that's cute. Loving everything so far. So I got 4 inks and a pen. And I also got some notebooks and paper. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Yeah, just a little bit of a whole rabbit hole. So I got a Tomoe River notebook in B6. This is a dot grid notebook. I have literally no plans for any of these notebooks or papers as of yet, but these are all supposed to be fountain pen friendly papers and notebooks. And from the website, this is loose sheets of paper with a 5mm graph or grid. These are the people who originally made the Tomoe River paper before selling it to another company, from my understanding, but I'm really bad with names, so I can't remember any of the names. And they quite literally have it in the description that it's from the original people, the original creators of the Tomoe River paper. So I wanted to try this and see how it worked and see if it was better. Since I guess the Tomoe River paper was sold to another company, and that's when all of the quality issues started happening. So I bought this to try. And for this Tomoe River book, I got the 68 GSM. 68 GSM paper, because I really like that weight. Like, I love the paper itself when it's working properly, but I also really like the 68 GSM weight because then I can actually layer markers over it, because I always have like issues with everything just bleeding straight through. So I'm hoping, well, I have a notebook that I purchased from a shop on Etsy that sells the 68 paper, and I like it a lot more. It doesn't make as many nice noises or have as nice of a feel as the 54 paper, but I don't bleed through the 68 usually as badly. I also saw in one of the review comments of one of these books on the website that the Noble Note section life book was still the best somebody had ever used, and I saw this on there. So this is a B6 as well, because B6, if you did not know, is my favorite size. So I got this one to try as well. This is cream paper, and it's also a 5mm grid. So I'm really excited to try these, but literally I have no plans for any of them so far, other than maybe just pen testing them in the back of the books. So let's see, I've lost my swatch book. I have no idea where it is. Cool. Great job, self. So let's maybe just pull out a couple pieces of this. Oh, okay. It's a little bit thicker than the regular Tomoe River paper. So this is that I'm going to play with, I guess, just because I want to swatch these inks out and see how they look. This is the Iroful, which translate, I believe, to colorful. If I remember correctly from the description on the website. Iroful paper, and these are loose sheets, 5mm grid, and also supposed to be really, really good for fountain pen ink. So let's see how it plays. Clearly, I am not prepared at all for this. This looks already so good. Oh gosh, I love green. I literally did not plan for this at all, so very, very unprepared. Okay, so Fisherman at Sea. And then I'm not going to do leaf green because I've already done leaf green. But I will show you what it looks like. So this is the leaf green, this very bottom one. So this one's a little bit darker. Oh, I love that. So this is like a yellow green kind of. It's got definitely more yellow tones into it. And then there's Fisherman at Sea. Love it. Okay. And then we've got Ghost Plant by Lennon Toolbar. You can definitely tell that I have a color preference. Like all of the inks that I own are pretty much just green and blue, which is why I was trying so hard to find a pink color that I liked. So, ooh. Ghost Plant. And then the last one is going to be this Robert Oster Maroon Mustard. I've been reusing this same plastic spoon for probably almost a month now because I really like the way that the spoon kind of maneuvers the ink around, and I love the way that that looks, but I also feel some type of way about throwing a spoon out every time I want to swatch inks. So I've just been, if you were wondering, I've just been reusing the same spoon. I just have it stored with my little ink swatch things. And then I love all three of these. Oh my goodness. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Look at those. And I like this paper. I'm going to have to go back and see if they've got an actual notebook because I really, really like this paper. But I might honestly just take these out. I'm going to probably rip these out and paste them into my actual hobonichi once they fully dry. But those are the 3 colors that I got, or 4 colors, but I didn't open the leaf green because I want to finish up using the sample that I have before I open that. Oh, I love them. This Fisherman at Sea is beautiful. Let me get closer. Hopefully that's focused. Which, I don't know if any of these, I think that I will probably end up putting the Amarillo teal waistband in this pen. I've swatched this out in my actual swatch book and in my hobonichi. I think it would look really good in there. Let me go grab my hobonichi. It's really, really bothering me that I have absolutely no idea what I did with my swatch book. Okay, so let me know what you think, because I think that these two would look so good together. So this is the Amarillo teal waistband. I don't think that's focusing. Hello, autofocus. Amarillo teal waistband right here, and I think it would look so good with this pen. I just love when my pens and my inks match. Let me know if you are the same way down in the comments below. And I'm pretty proud of myself for getting this like mustardy yellow color, even though it kind of looks a little bit more brown. And this is what the back of this paper looks like. I have almost a little bit of bleed through in these two, but like hardly any at all. There's even only just a little bit of ghosting. So this is nice. Does it have on here the weight? 75. So it's 75 G/M. So it's a little bit thicker, which is probably why there's minimal ghosting. But the colors look beautiful on this too. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for right now. I need to figure out what I did with my swatch book. I'm probably going to end the little journaling vlog portion of the video that I'm doing here. I have no idea how much footage I have or what all is going to be included. I just know that there's going to be a lot of ink swatching in this one, and I'm not actually doing much journaling. But you know what? Let me rip these out and paste them in my journal. All right. So I got those added into my journal, and then I have a little bit of space left up here for my rest of the day journaling, which I'll probably do right before bed. I have been keeping a blotter paper just behind my actual, like, whatever page I'm writing on, because I tend to like writing on the blotter paper more than I like writing on a pencil board. But now that I have that A5 sized paper, I might just tape that to the pencil board so it actually fits the whole page. But again, that's it. That's all I'm going to do for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.